Hey everybody, it's Jennifer. As you can tell, I'm not in my usual space. I'm actually in a hotel room at a conference this week, but still wanted to send you a little bit of Monday motivation and wanted to talk about how to handle mad or upset clients. Because one thing is for sure, if you do this long enough, you are at some point going to have a mad and upset client. Even if you do the best job possible, there are just so many pieces to this transaction that are not within our control. Appraisals, inspections, it could be a lender issue, it could be a title issue, it could be a delay at closing, just so many things that sometimes we can't prevent. And even though things aren't our fault always, we are usually the ones who get that angry phone call from our client when something has gone wrong. So I just wanted to give you some tips because it does not have to mean that that client can't still walk away with a really good experience as long as you know how to handle it. So the first tip I will give you, and this is a huge one, if you can, get face to face with an upset client. It brings down their anger level immediately because it's really easy to be nasty or mean over email or text. When somebody has to actually face you and say things, it calms them down instantly. They're able to hear your voice. They're able to see your face, that you took the time to come sit down and meet with them to maybe give them news that isn't so great. So I always say, if you have to tell a client something bad, which sometimes we do have to be the bearer of bad news, do not do it via text. Try not to do it via email. If you've got a seller say, hey, can I swing by this evening and just chat with you for a few minutes, or a buyer, try to get in front of them. I promise you it's going to turn out better for you. And at the very least, do it over the phone so they can at least hear your voice and hear instead of just talking or texting and emailing. Second, and this is a big one, sometimes this is all you have to do. Listen and empathize. You've probably been in the same situation too, where you've been mad before. Sometimes you just want to vent about it. You don't expect somebody to be able to do something about it. You just want to be able to get it off your chest and talk about how angry and upset you are. So listen to them. Don't interrupt them. Let them keep going. Let them go off as long as they need to go off. And then really importantly, empathize. Let them know, oh my God, I understand. I would be so frustrated too if I were in your position. So just doing those two things sometimes, again, is all you really have to do in order to get them kind of out of the state that they're in. And always, always apologize. Whether it was your fault or not, always apologize to them, because we are in the customer service business. And if we have an upset customer, that means that something went wrong and we are in charge of this transaction. We're going to take responsibility, even if it was something that was out of our hands. So get in front of them, listen to them, let them get it all out. Don't interrupt or be defensive. And then say, empathize with them. Say, I can certainly understand why you're upset. I would be upset too if I were in your shoes. And then apologize. Two key things are, do not be defensive and do not argue. Sometimes you just got to take it on the chin and let them get it out on you. But don't get defensive or ugly, because then you're just going to make a bad situation worse. If you can offer an explanation, maybe there was a valid reason why something happened, you can do that, but just know that's not really what they care about. They care about their problem getting fixed. They don't really care why the problem happened to begin with. So let them know what you're going to do to fix it, and then go above and beyond to provide good customer service. An example of that would be, I had a client a few transactions ago, she was super stressed. Things were going horribly, not anything in my control. The mortgage company had sold her mortgage and it was a mess. But I at least acknowledged, I understand how hard and stressful this is. I sent her flowers the next day, I'm sorry. I know this can be rough sometimes, but we're going to get through it. We're going to get you to that closing table, just hang in there. I've sent clients cookies before. I've sent them Starbucks. If you can do anything to just step up your customer service game and take extra good care of them, you've probably done the same thing at a restaurant. Maybe you've complained about a meal or about service. And if the manager comes over and apologizes and comps your food, are you as mad anymore? No, you feel good because they listened to you and they did something about it. So try to do something for your client. It just shows that you care and that you're working for them. And remember this, clients tend to remember an entire experience by how it ends. So just because you have a bump somewhere in the middle and they get upset, that does not mean you need to back off and be scared to talk to that client and not communicate and they're going to leave me a terrible review. As long as you keep working and stay in touch with them, stay positive, let them know you are going to get them to the finish line, go above and beyond and maybe give them a treat or something special. At the end of the experience, if they're happy, they're going to be happy clients for you. They're going to leave you, maybe send you a referral, leave you a positive review. So don't shy away from problems. Really use it as a chance to shine, to step up your game, to say, I'm going to confront this head on. We're going to have this conversation. I want you to know that I care about you. I'm so sorry this has happened. Here's what I'm going to do to try to make it better for you. And we're going to get to the closing table eventually. If you can do all that, then even a mad client won't turn into a forever bad client. They'll be happy eventually. So I hope you don't have mad clients, but if you do, hopefully this was helpful and I will talk to you guys next week. Have a good one.